So to me, that's basically that. What was your first question?
Yeah, the first question is that you see the situation in Nigeria. Like yesterday, they were having peace deal with terrorists in Katsina State, where these terrorists came to say that the Nigerian government are the one who recruited them into being a terrorist, that they were not terrorists, that they gave them, ask them to go and start terrorizing, show them people to kill, people not to kill. That it is the same government that called them to come for peace meeting. And amidst all these things, I can see that Nigerians are not talking, like everybody just keeping quiet, like nothing is going on. So that is what I want people to address.
You see, growing up in Nigeria, I used to tell myself that if there will be a revolution from Nigeria that will work, that it will come from the north. But unfortunately, it will never happen in the north because of the structure of their leadership. So in other words, Nigeria has no hope. Because revolution cannot start from the south. The south, as they so much value life that they don't want to die. They so much value responsibility that they don't want to sacrifice even 1 hour. In the north, they have the time to sacrifice, but religion will not give them that motivation to go do otherwise. So in other words, there is no serious revolution coming up in Nigeria. It's not going to happen. Go ahead.
What is the next thing if there is no serious revolution? And if this US intervention fails, of which we know it is not going to fail, we know that Trump is not kind of people who says, I want to do something and, go back to his words and swallow it. He's really going to carry out the actions he said he's going to carry it out. But in case his intervention fails,
if it fails, Nigeria is doomed. I pray that if it fails, Nigeria is doomed. But I don't think it will fail. It may take them time, because when they come to Nigeria, they're going to find people that will help them, not from the government. Individuals that will help them.
They are doing it already.
So they're not going to fail. It's not like we are not Afghanistan that that have their two stronghold. They're across the whole country. The same stronghold of Islam holding them down. In Nigeria, it's so diverse. So they will have people that can work with them, but those will not. So America is not going to fail. But if they fail, then we are doomed.
Anyway, what do you have to tell, we Nigerians? Because I look at what is going on in Anambra, what went wrong in Anambra State during the gubernatorial election that just happened. They were sharing 1 can of malt. Malt is a non-alcoholic drink. 1 ganda, I don't know, just all those beef ganda, and 1,000 naira. That is what they are receiving for them to be convinced not to vote for the person they wanted to vote for, but to vote for someone who is giving them 1 can of malt, 1 stick of ganda, and 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira is how many dollars now? Let me say.
Maybe 1,000 naira. 1,000 naira, maybe how much?
80 cents.
Maybe. Less than $1.
80 cents. So that is what they are using to buy their conscience for election. I don't just understand.
Don't see it like that. Understand that our people, this is the culture that they have known since ever they know Nigerian election. So, so they always expect something. So whether you give them something or not, they will still vote. I just went through the election result. I don't think there was any kind of serious rigging, but it was just a landslide. So that tells you that these people already know what they want. Because if it's issue of sharing money, we would have said, okay, let's go to this local government that this guy did better. But across the board, one party just carried the whole thing. So whether you give them money or not, they would have voted what they wanted. I have somebody that said, oh yeah, I collected 2,000 from them. And I voted, but she knows where she voted. So it's just like a culture, but it's not a good culture.
But it's a dangerous one.
It's a very dangerous one. But though that incident happened the day before the election, not on the day of election. You see what I mean? That incident you're talking about happened the day before the election. Because if you can listen to them, they were saying tomorrow. Tomorrow. So it was not the day of election. So it's like they called them to talk to them about the party and everything. But normally when you call us to any kind of event, when going home, you have to give us something.
But don't you see this as a symbiotic relationship in a perverse manner? In the sense that the politicians will give you money And the politicians will think that this money I'm giving you, I'm already buying you. So when the politician wins the election or when he finds his way to the position of power, the same politician will now say, the money I used to do election, so the money that's supposed to belong to the people's healthcare, roads, everything, he now use it to start paying for debts that he used during election. After paying for the debt, he will now accumulate money for the next election. Why do people continue to languish?
You are very correct. However, we have two things on the table. One is poverty. The other one is good government.
Okay.
Which one should come first? That's one of the diabolical Nigeria has now. Poverty and good government. So bad government feeds poverty, get their vote, continue bad government. So how do we break it? You cannot break it if people cannot guarantee 3 square meal a day. So because we have poverty in Nigeria and we have bad government, it's a cycle that we continue. It's not going to break tomorrow. The government can break it if they want, but they don't want to break it.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, so it's like I had the other people what they call to the program. You know, I feel for Nigeria too. Sometimes I feel angry, but I'm like, you know, there's no, you know, should they divide Nigeria? I don't think it's a good idea because there are Christians in the north that will suffer most. So before you talk about dividing Nigeria, you must think about all those Christians in the southern Borno, southern Kanu, Kaduna, you know, down to Plateau. You have to think, where would they go to?
Yeah, we had a discussion like this, and the question put forth is, if you don't divide it, because what America said, if you listen to what the Department of War said, when they said that we initiate two-state solution where the persecuted Christians in the north can find refuge in the south. That is what they said. Now, they said if you say because Christians are in the north, you see the persecution those northerners are facing. Just give Nigeria 5 to 10 years. People in the south will be facing the same. So the whole country, there will be nowhere to go any longer.
Yeah,
do you see the logic?
Yeah, you're right. You're very correct. You're very correct. But I'm thinking somehow that if they can come up with something like confederation, that might help better. But again, it will not deal with the issue of religion because most people in the Benue, in Bono will still be in Bono. Those in the Katsina will still be in Katsina, even if they are Christians, and they will still be persecuted.
The dangerous issue the US saw was that Nigeria is already a confederation, but that confederation is not valid for everyone. It's only valid for the people who practice Sharia. This is what one of the missionaries told me. He said that he found that Sharia is in the Nigerian constitution. I say yes, it is. And they defend it like it is like a customary something. He said, if you claim that you have many tribes and religion in Nigeria, why do you put only one in the constitution? Why do you have Sharia code? Why do you have Sharia police? Why do you have Islamic banking? All those, like, why all these things?
But
these people...
Nigeria did not write any constitution. The constitution was given to them by the same Sharia government.
Exactly. So I want you to understand the concern of these people. So they are saying that Nigeria is already in confederation because in the constitution they saw that there is a 9 Sharia state already. So those people have separate law, separate norm. They have whether it's a penal code, the criminal code, something like that. Why the Southerners like we are not one. So it seems that there is a dangerous, according to Christian, dangerous diversity that is causing all these things. So, Mr. Jackson, we have exhausted your time. Just leave us with some words in 1 minute so that we can go to the next guest.
Okay. All I will say is there's no hope for Nigeria. I'm so sorry, but I come to Nigeria, but it's after leaving Nigeria, I'm like, there's no hope for this place. People should just go back to their villages and see who they can help, because poverty is the biggest problem. If we can help people to get out of poverty, then all these 1,000, 2,000 to vote might come down. Like somebody who I was talking to who actually collected 2,000, didn't need the money. It's like, well, give it to me. But she still voted what she wanted to vote. So it's economic power. That's what we need. We need to go and help people out, help people in the villages to start, having an economic freedom. That's to me that will solve the problem. That will help to solve the problem, because on the table of poverty and bad government, there is no solution. And the government is not going to come to empower you to get better. So we individuals should start doing little by little. And I would suggest, don't go too far, go to your own village.
You see this statement you made, don't go too far, go to your village. That was the story my dad told me when during the war that they fought in Nigeria Civil War. You know, everything he had outside our community, outside our state, he lost them after the war.
Wow.
So it's a bitter lesson that I might share one day. It did not happen to me. So that is why I don't like sharing it, because it was a story my dad told me.
You are still here, so you are doing well. You know,
Thank you.
It's nice coming to your program. But again, my like I tell you, people should go to their village. Don't go too far. Go to your village and help. You know, don't tell me that you are donating money to a Lagos state government. Are you foolish? Take it to your village. Do something there. That's where God puts you. That's where you're supposed to make an impact. Don't put your money where you don't make impact. You know.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for joining us. We are glad having you.